I teach these subjects to my son when we're preparing him for adult life at home. And the reason we teach these is because for some reason, school, even though they've spent millions of pounds developing a curriculum, has forgot. So first thing is, they say ignorance of the law is no excuse, but then they don't teach it. Our 10-year-old son is learning about criminal law, civil law, common law, and contract law, and he's finding it very easy to grasp. He understands the difference between these jurisdictions, what that means, and then soon we'll move on to admiralty, trust law, maritime law, etc. We also study money and the way that the world works. This is something that, again, just like law, we interact with every minute of every day. The clothes that we wear, the food that we eat is all from money. So it's very important that he understands exactly what money is, how it works, how we get it, how we keep it, and how we can bring more into our lives and to give more to other people. We also teach mind control. Now, when I say mind control, I'm not talking about hypnosis necessarily. I'm talking about him understanding how to control his mind, and that he is the orchestrator of his thoughts, not his thoughts being the controller of his actions. So this is an ongoing daily practice. So this is not just one lesson and then he magically understands it or retains it. This is creating habits for life, and that includes meditation, thoughtfulness, reflection, journaling, and focused thoughts, and indeed mind control. And so far, what we found with these practices has been a lot less tantrums, a lot more understanding, a lot more confidence and patience and happiness. We also discuss spirituality. Now, with spirituality, what we try not to do is to put any of our opinions, and again to implore him to question everything. And our program does exactly that, really. This is much more about exciting the boy or girl into finding out more and approaching it with a sense of exploration and of excitement, rather than this is what we've got to learn and these are the facts and just remember them. It's much more about, well, this researcher says this, but can we find anything that contradicts that? How does that match up with that? So, for instance, the stories in the Bible, which are wonderful stories, but those stories have also been deciphered from ancient texts that are 1,000 years older than the Bible. So, what could that mean? And it's not necessarily coming up with any conclusions. It's much more about learning, observing, and not coming up with a conclusion, but just having that interest in maybe we will never know, maybe there is no conclusion, but what do we know so far? Just like with science, it's the same thing. Exploration, excitement, experiments. What do we know so far? Technology. What do we know so far? What other technologies are there out there that most people haven't heard of? How could we find out about those? Who are the people that are in the know, and where are they sharing their ideas and information? And taking those and putting them together to be able to build a training program together, really. This is not necessarily, this training course, this school platform is not about us getting this research and creating a curriculum for you. This is about teaching and learning how to excite the child into finding out what they love and how they might be able to help humanity. Those are our two guiding principles, because if we can get those two earlier, or at least get them thinking about that earlier, now when they get to become an adult, they are helping people, which is an incredible thing to do anyway for the world. Not only is that an incredible thing to do for the world, but also they will be following something that they love, and that brings happiness, contentment, fulfillment, a sense of purpose, which we've learned from Jordan Peterson and his book 12 Rules of Life, which I highly recommend.